බුද්ධං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි ධම්මං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි සංඝං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි ဒုတိယံ පි බුද්ධං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි ဒုတိယံ පි ධම්මං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි ဒုတိယံ පි සංඝං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි တတိယံ පි බුද්ධං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි တတိယံ පි ධම්මං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි တတိယံ පි සංඝං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි ပါဏာတိပါတာဝေရမဏီสิกขาပဒံ သမာදිယာမိ အဒိန္နာဒါနာဝေရမဏီสิกขาပဒံ သမာදිယာမိ ကာမေစုမိច្ឆာචာရာဝေရမဏီสิกขาပဒံ သမာදිယာမိ မုစာဝါဒာဝေရမဏီสิกขาပဒံ သမာදිယာမိ สุราเมรยมัจจปมาดัฏฐานาเวรมณีสิกขาปดัง สมาธิยามิ สาธุ समन्ता चक्रवालेषु अत्रा गच्छन्तु देवता सद्धम्मं मुनिराजस् सुनन्तु सग्गमोक्खदं ධම්ම ශ්‍රවණ කාලෝ අයං භදංතා ධම්ම ශ්‍රවණ කාලෝ අයං භදංතා ධම්ම ශ්‍රවණ කාලෝ අයං භදංතා නමෝ තස්ස භගවතෝ අරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස නමෝ තස්ස භගවතෝ අරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස නමෝ තස්ස භගවතෝ අරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස අභිඤ්ඤයං අභිඤ්ඤාතං භාවේ තබ්බංච භාවිතං පහතබ්බං පහිනං මේ තස්මා බුද්ධෝති බ්‍රාහ්මන. Most Venerable Mahasangha, our Bhikkhuni Supeshala, Subhagya, dear friends in Dhamma, now you are ready to listen the Dhamma. Today our topic is, who is the Buddha? Everyone knows who is the Buddha. Few days ago, we celebrate Vesak festival to commemorate, to remember the three auspicious events of our Samma Sambuddha. Therefore, we know who is the Buddha. Today we are talking something about our great master, our Samma Sambuddha. My topic is who is the Buddha. Therefore, to explain that, I recited one stanza. Abhinyayang abhinyatang bhave tabbancha bhavitang pahatabbang pahinang me tasma buddhosmi brahmana. This stanza uttered by our Samma Sambuddha himself to explain who is the Buddha, who I am, like that. You know, our Gautama Samma Sambuddha is a historical person. He was born as a human being in the world. He became Samma Sambuddha as a human being. He lived as a Buddha and he entered into Parinibbana as a Samma Sambuddha. Therefore, everyone knows our great master, our Samma Sambuddha is a historical figure, historical person. He lived in this world 2,567 years ago. He entered into Parinibbana. We this year celebrated 2,567 after his entry into Parinibbana. But he was born in this world. We have to plus another 80 years our Buddha's age. Dear friends in Dhamma, our Samma Sambuddha, our great master to become a Samma Sambuddha, he had to practice many years. We know it is mentioned in Buddhist literature. He practiced 10 perfections, uncalculable 4 years of 100,000 years. uncalculable, uncountable 4 years of 100,000 years he practiced to become a Samma Sambuddha. In 3 ways, we can enter into Parinibbana, we can eradicate all the defilements. To be a Samma Sambuddha, to be a Buddha, to be an Arahant. In these 3 ways, we can enter into Nibbana, we can eradicate all the cankers. Our topic is, who is the Buddha? But now, today we are talking about, not about the Buddha, we are talking about Samma Sambuddha. Not mere Buddha, our great master is a fully exalted one. You know, our Gautama Samma Sambuddha, to become a fully exalted one, he had to practice 10 perfections. In front of the Dipankara Samma Sambuddha, he got the firm declaration. This person, this ascetic, at that time he was named as Sumedha. This Sumedha will be a fully exalted one, Samma Sambuddha, one day. Then he got the firm declaration, this person will be a fully exalted one, Samma Sambuddha, one day. At that time, he thought, to become a Samma Sambuddha, what I have to do? He understood he has to fulfill 10 perfections. Those are called 10 paramitas or dasa paramita, starting from dana. He practiced these 10 perfections in 3 ways. Parami, Upaparami, Paramattha Parami. General perfections, minor perfections, and higher perfections. He fulfilled these 10 perfections in 3 ways. Then, to become a fully exalted one, he had to fulfill 30 perfections. Our Gautama Samma Sambuddha, before he became Samma Sambuddha, he had to fulfill the 10 perfections in 3 ways and 30 perfections. There are 3 kinds of Buddhas in the world. Fully exalted one, Samma Sambuddha, and Pacceka Buddha, and Arahanta. To become a Samma Sambuddha, fully exalted one, if you want, you have to fulfill these 10 perfections in 3 ways. That means 30 perfections. If you want to become a Pacceka Buddha, so you have to fulfill 20 perfections. Parami and Upaparami you have to fulfill. If anyone wants to become an Arahant, he has to fulfill 10 perfections, general perfections. You know what is the difference of Samma Sambuddha and Pacceka Buddha and Arahant. Our Gautama Samma Sambuddha is a fully exalted one. He became an enlightened one without any aid and without any help of any person or any supernatural power person. He understood everything by himself, and he can preach, he can guide others how to enter into Nibbana, how to experience the Nibbana. Therefore, he is the teacher of many human beings. He is the teacher of Devas, and he is the teacher of Brahmins, various kinds of beings. He was the teacher. He is the teacher. He understood everything by himself, and he can teach others. He can explain the path, how to experience the Nibbana, how to destroy all the cankers like that. Therefore, he is named as Samma Sambuddha. But Pacceka Buddha, he can become a Buddha, so we named him as a silent Buddha. He can understand everything by himself without any help, without any aid of any person, but he can't teach others. Therefore, we name him as a silence Buddha. He also don't have a teacher, nor any help. He has already fulfilled 20 perfections. He also can become a Buddha, but he can't teach. He can't guide others. Therefore, we name him as a silent Buddha. One day, Devadatta also become a silent Buddha. In the future, he will be a silent Buddha or Pacceka Buddha named Attissara. Therefore, because he also have already fulfilled 20 perfections. He has fulfilled 20 perfections. But he will be a silent Buddha only for one moment. Immediately he will be entered into Parinibbana. The Arahanta also one Buddha. He also can understand everything, but with the guidance of Samma Sambuddha. Therefore, we name him as a disciple of the Buddha. All these Shravakas are disciples of our Samma Sambuddha. We are also the same. Therefore, we are the followers of our great master's teaching. Now you can understand who is the Buddha. Buddha is the person who can understand everything by himself, without any guide, without any help of other person or outside person. Our Gautama Samma Sambuddha, as I mentioned earlier, to become a Samma Sambuddha, he had to fulfill 10 perfections. We name this 10 perfections as Buddha Karaka Dhamma. So these 10 perfections we named as Buddha Karaka Dhamma. Therefore, our Samma Sambuddha practiced and followed and completed in his lifetime these Buddha Karaka Dhammas or 10 perfections. Then he became a fully exalted one. On the other hand, it is mentioned in the Buddhist literature, to become a Samma Sambuddha, one person has to complete 10 conditions. There are, 8 conditions. Manussatang Lingha Sampatting Hetu Sattara Dassanang Adhikaro Chandana Ete Abhinihara Karana. To become a Samma Sambuddha, first of all, he should have to be a human being. Only human being can become a Samma Sambuddha. Manussatang, human being. Linga Sampatting, and he should be a male. The females can't become Samma Sambuddha, but the female also can become Samma Sambuddha if they want. They also have to be a male person. You know, our Buddhist literature, according to the Jataka stories, our Gautama Samma Sambuddha also, before he became a great person or bodhisattva, before he became a male person, he was a female. Then with the help of her husband, with the bless of her husband, she became a male person. Therefore, to be a male person is a condition to become a fully exalted one. Then Hetu Sattara Dassanam, he should have he should be a lucky person to become an arahant. That means he also should have fulfilled 10 perfections before he meet a Samma Sambuddha. The Hetu means causes. He should have the cause. He should be a lucky person. That means he should have completed 10 perfections before he get the firm declaration of Samma Sambuddha as a human being, as a male person. And he should have achieved 5 worldly psychic powers. On the other hand, he should have developed his mind through the meditation. Then he should meet a Samma Sambuddha, fully exalted one. The first of all, he have to be a human being, and he should be a male person, and he should have the ability to become an arahant. That means he should have completed, fulfilled 10 perfections, and he should meet a fully exalted one. Then Adhikara and Chandana, that means he should have all the conditions completed, and he should have the aspiration to become a Samma Sambuddha. If anyone don't have the aspiration, he can't be a Samma Sambuddha, fully exalted one. He should have the aspiration. Then that person meet a Samma Sambuddha, then he take the firm declaration from a Samma Sambuddha, this person will be a fully exalted one in the future one day, like that. Okay, so these are the 8 conditions he has to fulfill to become a Samma Sambuddha. Then that person can fulfill the 10 perfections. Only if you have already completed these 8 conditions, that person can fulfill the 10 perfections to become a fully exalted one, no Samma Sambuddha. Okay, our Gautama Samma Sambuddha, before he became a Samma Sambuddha, he was born in this world as a Siddhartha prince, Prince Siddhartha. Okay, first of all, we named him as a Prince Siddhartha, not Gautama. The Gautama is the clan of our Samma Sambuddha. Then he lived as a lay person in this world 29 years old. 29 years he lived as a lay person. Then he renounced the world. He renounced the world at the age of his 29. Then he practiced another 6 years. We say he practiced 6 years osteo practices like that. But actually he didn't practice osteo practices for 6 years. What he practiced, everything he spent for 6 years. First of all, he practiced under the teacher named Alarakalama. And he practiced under the teacher named Uddakarama Putta. Then he understood there is no real truth. Therefore, he left them. He left them. How he left them, he wanted to find King Satya Gavesi, King Kusala Gavesi. What is the truth? How the truth can be achieved. What is the truth? Then how the truth can be achieved. You know, as a great person, as a bodhisattva, to become a Samma Sambuddha, first of all, he completed 10 perfections. In his last birth, he mentioned Aggo Hamasmi Lokassa, Jitto Hamasmin Lokassa, Setto Hamasmin Lokassa, Ayamantima Jati Nattidani Punabo. This is my last birth. Therefore, definitely, in his last birth, he should become a fully exalted one. But he had to find, he has to practice another 6 years to find what is the truth. He had to practice another for 6 years to find what is the truth, how the truth can be achieved. That is why it is named as King Satya Gavesi and King Kusala Gavesi. What is the truth and how the truth can be achieved. Okay, so Prince Siddhartha was born in this world as a human being, and he practiced Brahmin tradition. He was born in this world in the Brahmin tradition. He practiced that one. Therefore, he also can't give up that tradition. He practiced austere practices also. You know, 5 ascetics he left our Bodhisattva after he stopped austere practices. Do you know what is the reason? Why for these 5 ascetics left our great master, our Bodhisattva, our teacher, after he stopping his austere practices? Because at that time, everywhere they believed the Brahmin tradition, Brahmin practices. Everywhere spread the Brahmin culture. At the time of naming day of Prince Siddhartha, I think there were 108 Brahmin participated. Among the 108 Brahmins, there were great 8 Brahmins. Among them, the Kondanya is the youngest one. Then he said, definitely this person will become a fully exalted one. The Kondanya said. The Kondanya really knew, definitely this person will become a fully exalted one, Samma Sambuddha. But when he gave up practicing austere practices, Kondanya also left our Samma Sambuddha. What is the reason? At that time, there were 2 philosophies. The practically it is named as Kamasukhallikani Yoga and Attakilamatani Yoga. Theoretically, Sasvatavada and Uchedavada. The Sasvatavada tradition, they believe there is an eternal soul. There is an eternal soul, unchanged soul is there. That is the theoretically Sasvatavada, practically Uchedavada. They practiced austere practices. Then Uchedavada, they thought there is nothing after death. The nihilistic ideas they had. The other one, they had the eternal ideas. They were eternalist. And the Uchedavada, they thought there is nothing after death. Therefore, until our death, we should live very happily. They practiced Kamasukallikana yoga, self-indulgence. Okay? If there is nothing after death, so we can be live happily in this world. No need to think about any action, what we do. They thought, Natti Mata, Natti Pita, there is no mother, there is no father. Natti Sukata Dukkatanam Kammanam Palavipako, there is no result of any deed what we do in this world. Maybe a sin or maybe a merit like that, no result. There is nothing, a word like this world, or there is no next word like that, they thought. Therefore, Bhasmi Bhutasya Dehasya Punaragamanam Kruta, after fired our body, there is nothing. Therefore, they thought they should live very happily. But you know, the Kondanya is an ascetic who practiced Brahmin tradition. Therefore, he believed, deeply he believed, if Siddhartha Gautama want to become a Samma Sambuddha, he should follow only the austere practices. But he thought, if our Gautama, great master, give up austere practices, he will not become a Samma Sambuddha. But at the very beginning, he declared this person definitely will become a Samma Sambuddha. But traditionally, they believe to become a Samma Sambuddha, person should follow austere practices. Immediately, our master gave up these practices, 5 ascetics left him. That is the reason. What our great master, our Bodhisattva, he understood Attakilamatana yoga and Kamasukallikana yoga, self-indulgence and self-mortification. These two methods are useless. That is why in his first sermon, Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, he mentioned, Dveme bhikkhave anta pabbajitena nasevitabba. These two extremes should not be followed by whom? By ascetics. By monks. These two extremes should not be followed by ascetics. Dveme bhikkhave anta pabbajitena nasevitabba. The person who renounced the world should not follow these two extremes, because these two practices are useless. That is why he followed middle path. So he followed middle path, then he understood everything. What he understood? Abhinyayang abhinyatang, he understood everything. Known to be known. What we have to know, our great master understood, he knew everything. Known to be known, abhinyayang abhinyatang, bhave tabbancha bhavitang, he practiced whatever to be practiced. Then pahatabbang pahinang, he abandoned to be abandoned, whatever to be abandoned. Tasma buddhosi brahmana. Then he mentioned, I am called as Buddha or Samma Sambuddha. Okay, so by following this, by abandoning, by giving up these two extremes, he followed middle path. Middle path means there is the only path, only way to become a great master or Samma Sambuddha. No any other way. That means Sila, Samadhi, Panya. These three things has to follow. That is called middle path. Our Gautama Samma Sambuddha practiced this middle path, then he understood, then he knew what there is to be known, what there is to be developed or cultivated, what there is to be abandoned. That is why he was named as Samma Sambuddha. What he knew? He knew the suffering, noble Dukkha Arya Satya, Dukkha Arya Satya, noble truth of suffering. Normally we say Dukkha Satya, but it is not like that. We should name it as a Dukkha Arya Satya, noble truth of suffering. Then the noble truth of suffering, that is the thing he should knew, he should known. So it is mentioned in Dhamma Chakkappavattana Sutta, Pariññayyang Pariññātaṃ. And Bhāve Tabbañca Bhāvitaṃ, Pahā Tabbam Pahīnaṃ, Saccikataṃ Saccikātabbaṃ Saccikataṃ. In the Dhamma Chakkappavattana Sutta it is mentioned, Pariññayyang Pariññātaṃ. I understood everything. What is to be understood? I gave up everything, I abandoned everything, whatever to be abandoned. I practiced everything, whatever to be practiced. I experienced everything, what is to be experienced. That is called Four Noble Truth. Noble truth of suffering, noble truth of cause of suffering, noble truth of annihilation of suffering, noble truth of path leading to suffering. Annihilation, to path leading to the annihilation of suffering. So these are the things known to be known, practiced to be practiced, or cultivated to be cultivated, and abandoned to be abandoned, and experienced to be experienced. That is why our master is named as called Samma Sambuddha, or the Buddha. So you know, there are 9 qualities of our Samma Sambuddha, we everyone know. So it is mentioned, Itipiso Bhagava, Arahang, Samma Sambuddho, Vijjācala Sampanno, Sugato, Lokavidu, Anuttaro, Purisa Dhamma Sarati, Satta, Deva Manussanam, Buddho Bhagava. So these are the 9 qualities of our Samma Sambuddha. Therefore he is named as Sambuddha. Our great master is named as Arahang. So why we name him as an Arahang? Because he was refrained from all the evil things, and he didn't do any evil things in secretly. He didn't do anything. He is the worthy one. He is the fully exalted one. So these qualities are there in our Samma Sambuddha. Only in Samma Sambuddha, not in others. But you know, Samma Sambuddha and Pacceka Buddha and Arahanta. So these 3 Buddhas, after achieving, after experiencing the Nibbana, no different. In the Nibbana, no different. But experience is different. In the Mula Pariyaya Sutta, the Buddha has explained about 8 persons. What is the difference of 8 persons? Starting from starting from ordinary lay person up to our Samma Sambuddha. So he has very clearly mentioned what is the difference between, what is the different among these 18 persons. Okay, so at the end it is mentioned about our Samma Sambuddha. Our Samma Sambuddha's knowledge is Pariññātantaṃ. Pariññātantaṃ, that means the knowledge has gone beyond the others. If there is any wisdom, if there is any knowledge, his knowledge has gone beyond the others. That such kind of experience he achieved because he practiced these 10 perfections than the others. You know, but our Samma Sambuddha has mentioned to his followers, then he preached his doctrine for 45 years. He mentioned, my teaching you should not accept by the respect of me. So the Buddha always mentioned, ehi passiko, come and see. He always mentioned, come and see. Don't accept my teaching with the respect of me, with the respect on me. Don't accept anything. You have to accept everything. Whatever you accept, you have to see whether it is right or wrong, like that. So there is one Sanskrit stanza, Tapat Chedat Nikasat Swarnamiva Panditai Pariksha Bhikshavo Grahya Madvacho Natu Gauravat. So he mentioned, Tapa Chedat Nikasat, a person, the goldsmith, to find what is real gold, he do something. What he does, Tapat, he can mend the gold. Chedat, he can cut the gold. Nikasat, he can rub gold in the touchstone. Tapat, Chedat, Nikasat. He can mend the gold, he can cut the gold, and he can rub gold on a touchstone to find the real gold, like that. Okay, therefore he mentioned, Pariksha Bhikshavo Grahya. So you also accept my word by doing these things. Not on respect like that. That is why he is called Buddha. That is why he is called Samma Sambuddha. Not like other teachers. Our great master, he understood everything and he taught his disciples, you should understand everything, not on my respect. So there he mentioned, come and see. He is called Ehipassika. On the other hand, it is mentioned, Yathavadi Tathakari, whatever he says, he does everything. Whatever he does, he says everything. Therefore our Buddha, our teacher, named as Yathavadi, Tathakari, Yathakari, and Tathavadi. Not like other teachers. Therefore our great master, you know, when he go to meet 5 ascetics, he met one Brahmana, one Ajivaka named Upaka, that he asked from our Samma Sambuddha, so your appearance is very good, your behavior is very good, so you are following, whose teacher's doctrine you are following, like that? Then the Buddha mentioned, Name Acharya Vatti Sadiso Mena Vijjati Sadevakassa Lokassa Nathime Patipugula. I have not a teacher, I don't have any teacher. Sadiso Mena Vijjati, there is no person to compare with me. In this world, there is no any person to compare with me. But there are Buddhas in the previous Buddhas, and the future Buddhas also will be. Our future Buddha is the Maitreya Samma Sambuddha. Our Buddha, great master, can be compared with previous Buddhas and the future Buddhas, not any other person living in this world today. That is why he is named as, he is called as Samma Sambuddha. I think now you can understand who is the Buddha. There are many things to discuss. Who is the Buddha, like that? Okay. So in the Buddhist literature, we can find many information about our Samma Sambuddha. Who is the Buddha, like that? So if you want to know the biography of our Samma Sambuddha, you can read Mahavaggapali in the Vinaya Pitaka, Mahakhandaka. Mahavaggapali, Mahakhandaka in the Vinaya Pitaka, so you can find the biography of our Gautama Samma Sambuddha. Okay, so therefore, our teacher is a person, the great person who found the real truth in the world, and he delivered the real truth for the beings in the world, and he, so according to our Buddha's teaching, he discovered all the worlds. So that is named as Dasa Sahasri Loka Dhatu. The 10,000, the world systems, he found, he understood all these things. Okay, therefore, Buddha preached for his disciples everything after he experiencing, after he understanding, after he practicing. After he entered into Nibbana, after he experienced, after he got the enlightenment, he proclaimed, I got this knowledge like that. Before he didn't say anything. So everything is mentioned in the Dhamma Chakra Sutta about his experiencing, about his enlightenment. So you can read the Dhamma Chakra Sutta and other sutras in the Buddhist literature. So if we have much time, so we can discuss many things. The organizer, the committee, our Sasana Abhiruddhi Vardhana Society, Mr. Leslie, he mentioned 45 minutes enough for Dhamma preaching. I don't know, only very few today. Anyway, I am very happy two venerables and our Bhikkhuni Subhagya also participated listening Dhamma talk, and our devotees. Therefore, as we are Buddhist people, everyone can understand who is our great master, who is our Samma Sambuddha. So finally you can understand. Actually, we say who is the Buddha. Our great master is not mere Buddha, he is Samma Sambuddha. He is named as fully exalted one. Therefore, he understood everything in the world and the reality of the world. Therefore, after understanding the reality of the world, he proclaimed and he delivered to the world. So we are practicing today his doctrine. Today, you participate for this Dhamma program, and you listen this Dhamma. By listening Dhamma, so you accumulated much merits. Now we are ready to transfer this merits to our departed ones, our near ones and dear ones, our relatives, and we transfer this merits to our deities also, and we also can rejoice by these merits. So we wish all together at the end of this samsara we achieve the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Say sadhu, sadhu 3 times. Okay. If there is any question, now you can ask the questions for a few minutes. Yeah. As a female can't. So in Mahayana Buddhism, it is mentioned the female also can become Buddha. But according to Theravada tradition, the females can't. As a female, that means not female can't, as a female can't. That is why I mentioned our Gautama Buddha also, it's a long period ago, he was a lady, the female. Then, with the firm declaration of his husband, of her husband, she became a male person. Okay, that is a precondition. If you want to become a fully enlightened one, it is a precondition, you should have a male person. It's a one condition. Okay, Manusa, the first one is you should be a human being. Any other being can't be a Samma Sambuddha. Okay, it's a precondition. Linga Sampati is a male person. Okay, then he should have the lucky person. That means he should have completed 10 perfection to be an Arahant. It's a precondition. Okay, then he should see a Samma Sambuddha. It's a precondition. Yeah.
To be an Arahant means you are actually going to be under the tutelage, or you are practicing over by Samma Sambuddha. So in terms of our Samma Sambuddha, Gautama Buddha, so when he was practicing, so you said he attained it on his own, but he also attained Arahantship. Did he or did he not? Did the Buddha, Gautama Buddha, attain arahantship before he became a Samma Sambuddha? Or
No.
What is the process?
That means he should have the ability. She should be a lucky person to be an arahant in front of our Samma Sambuddha after listening a short stanza from a Buddha. That means he should or she should have already completed 10 perfection before he meet a Buddha. Okay? When the Buddha preached the Dhamma, at least a small stanza, he should have the ability to become an arahant. But our great master, the Bodhisattva, he not become an arahant. Okay? But already he has completed 10 perfections. I am a lucky person. Now I can become an arahant, but I don't want to become an arahant. Okay? So, our Sumedha Tapasa already fulfilled 10 perfection before he meet Deepankara Samma Sambuddha. Okay? In front of our Deepankara Samma Sambuddha, he could become an arahant. But he didn't want to become an arahant. Because he want to become a Samma Sambuddha. That is his firm decision, firm idea. That means chandana, aspiration. His aspiration is to become a fully exalted one, not to become an arahant. But there is a precondition. If you want to become a fully exalted one, there are 8 conditions have to be completed before you meet a Samma Sambuddha. Okay. From a Buddha, you should take the word, this person will become a Samma Sambuddha in the future. Okay. Deepankara Samma Sambuddha in front of Sumedha Tapasa, in front of other people, Deepankara Buddha says, this person will become in the future, named as Gautama, after fulfilling perfections like that. Okay, so that word have to take from a Buddha. But if I want to take that word from a Buddha, I have to complete these 8 conditions. If not, I can't take that firm declaration. This person will be a Buddha like that, have to be declared by a fully exalted one in front of other people. Okay.
So Maitreya was also the same?
Maitreya also the same. You know, there are 3 Samma Sambuddha, Saddhadika, Viryadika and Panyadika. Our great master, the Gautama Samma Sambuddha, is a Panyadika. The Panyadika Samma Sambuddha, if you want to become a Panyadika Samma Sambuddha, exalted one, so you have to fulfill 10 perfections, uncalculable 4 years of 100,000 years. Uncalculable 4 years. Panyadika Buddha. Then the Viryadika Buddha, he has to fulfill uncalculable 8 years of 100,000 years. The Saddhadika Buddha, he has to fulfill uncalculable 12 years of 100,000 years. Saddhadika Buddha. Then our Maitreya Samma Sambuddha is a Saddhadika Buddha. Okay, so he has to fulfill these 10 perfections, 12 years of 100,000 years. He was to be a Samma Sambuddha before our Gautama Samma Sambuddha. It is very clearly mentioned in the Vyagri Jataka. Okay, it is mentioned in Vyagri Jataka. In the past, both of them are very close friends. They were walking through a forest and they saw the one Vyagri, okay, the female tiger. She has delivered several babies and was to die, near to die, because lack of food like that, okay, and something. Then both of them thought, immediately we should give food to this. If not, this tiger, the female tiger will eat her babies. If not, she will die like that. Then our Maitreya Bodhisattva is a Saddhadika Bodhisattva. His heart, immediately he felt, I should give food immediately like that. And then he went out to find food. Okay. But Gautama Bodhisattva is the Panyadika Bodhisattva. He everything thinks by his brain. Okay. He has the much wisdom. Then he think, who I am? I am a great person, great being. I am a bodhisattva. I want to be a exalted one. This is the time to fulfill my, what is? Paramatta Parami, the charity of Dana Paramatta Parami, the last practice of his charity, generosity. Okay, then he thought, I should offer my body on behalf of many people. On behalf of many, right? I offer my body to this female tiger on behalf of many, because his target is not small. Okay, when the Maitreya Bodhisattva come to this place, he saw everything, he understood what happened, right? Then he said, it is in Sinhala we say, Ikman Budum Budunai, the Hari person immediately will go to will achieve the enlightenment like that, because he got that decision. Okay, immediately he got that decision. He offered his body. Then he became. That is the turning point. Okay, the Gautama Buddha was to be a enlightened one, fully enlightened one after Maitreya Buddha. But the change. That is the turning point. Okay, Gautama Buddha became immediately Samma Sambuddha. Still our Maitreya Bodhisattva is practicing. Okay, because he is the Saddhadika Bodhisattva, he has to practice 12 years of 100,000 years, an uncalculable 12 years. Okay, so everyone, the earlier your questions, the Nibbana is the same, because to become a fully exalted one has to eradicate all the cankers. To become a silent Buddha or Pacceka Buddha has to eradicate all the cankers. And Arahant also has to eradicate all the cankers. Then he achieved the Nibbana. What is the different? Experience is different. Okay. Arahant also practiced 10 perfections. He practiced generosity. Okay, he practiced generosity. Pacceka Buddha also practiced generosity. And the Samma Sambuddha also practiced generosity. But he practiced more than the others. The experience is bigger than the others. But achievement is same. Okay, but in Mahayana Buddhism, they have mentioned there are 3 vehicles. Okay, Arahantayana and Pacceka Buddhayana and Buddhayana. The Buddhayana is the bigger one. There are Mahayanas. They think if you want to enter into Nibbana, experience the Nibbana, so only way is the Samma Sambuddha. That is the bigger vehicle. Okay, that is the bigger one. That is called Mahayana. So others are minor vehicles. That means they go only the half of the way. They have to do more. So it is mentioned in the Saddharma Pundarika Sutta very clearly, very nicely. So it is mentioned, there is mentioned the Upaya Kaushalya of the Buddha. Okay, so very clearly mentioned how the Buddha explained the way or the path to others, his disciples. Okay, in the Saddharma Pundarika Sutta. But according to our Theravada tradition, only our Samma Sambuddha, he can understand by himself and he can pave the way others. Silence Buddha, he can understand by himself, but he can't pave the way. He can't guide others. And the Samma Sambuddha, he can understand, he pave the way, he guide others, and by following his teaching, by going on this way, the disciple can achieve the same place. Same target they can go, but our Samma Sambuddha has the more experience than the others in his life. Only that is different. But we are going to the same place by following the guidance given by the teacher.
Venerable Sir, that I fully agree with you too, that female cannot attend for the enlightenment. Should
as a female, okay?
As a female.
Not female, as a female can't.
Okay, okay. So, is there any particular reason, I mean, which that they couldn't attend to the enlightenment as a female? For my studies, actually, I'm asking for the reference. And also, female can attend to the, as a female can attend to the arahantship.
Yes.
I mean, by following attend to the 10 perfection.
Yes, yes.
So, is that there are not possibility to attend for the other 20? I mean, that's what Pacheka, not Pacheka.
Yes.
So that's what I want to know, and can I have the reference piece for my further studies? Thank you.
Yeah, in our Theravada tradition, there is no possibility like that, okay, to become a Buddha, okay, they can become an Arahant, right? So you can fulfill, okay, but according to our tradition, there are preconditions, okay? That is why I mentioned there are 8 preconditions. So these 8 conditions have to be fulfilled before. Okay? That means you, in front of the Buddha. Okay, in front of the Buddha, if you are not a human being, you can't fulfill 10 perfections. Okay? That is the one condition is there. Okay? So if you have not completed 10 perfections, even you can't. Why? You have already completed 10 perfection, but you can't take the firm declaration from a Buddha, this person will become Buddha like that. That's the earlier conditions, prerequisites, right? That is why it is mentioned, to become a Buddha, have to fulfill 10 perfection. It's a precondition. I think, so these are named as the phenomena in the world. Dharmata kila tiyenne. Okay, so those we can't change, right? Those things we can't change. According to the Theravada tradition, those phenomenons we can't change. Preconditions. If it is a prerequisite, we can't change it, right? But in the Mahayana tradition, even female also can become fully exalted one. That is the tradition. Right?
May I know the reference, if you can? May I know the references for my further studies?
Yes.
Where it had quoted in Tripitaka, I mean, that you mentioned some sort of things that should accumulate before be the enlightened person. I mean, where it have mentioned in the Tripitaka, for my studies actually.
Yes.
Can I know the reference, please?
No, actually those are mentioned in the commentaries. Okay, those are mentioned in the commentaries. Therefore, we have to accept the commentaries also. We have to give the significance for commentaries also as Tripitaka text, because according to our Theravada tradition, it is mentioned these Tripitaka, and not only Tripitaka, even the commentaries also started from our Samma Sambuddha. Okay? Samma Sambuddhe neva tinnam pitakanang tatta pavateka pakinnaka desanayeva. So our Samma Sambuddha in various time to time, period by period, he has delivered some discourses. Those are named as commentaries, so pakinnaka desana. Therefore, we have to accept, as we are Theravada Buddhists, we have to accept the commentaries also similar like Tripitaka. Okay, so it is mentioned the Tripitaka. About that Buddhakaraka Dhamma and the 10 perfection, everything mentioned, I think in the really I can't remember where the real place, but all are mentioned in the commentaries, right?
Venerable Sir, good evening.
Yeah.
Sometimes after a puja session, we make aspiration. So hearing from what you say today, should we female aspire to be reborn as a male in the next lifetime? Is that a wise aspiration?
Yes.
Yes? Yeah.
Of course.
As a female this lifetime?
You also have the aspiration. If you have the aspiration to, I want to become a fully exalted one, Samma Sambuddha, you can become. Okay? But you can't become as a female. You can change in the future as a male person. You have to be born. Okay? So you know, now I am a male person. I don't know in my future, in my past lives, okay, sometimes I may be a female, I may be a male, okay, so gender can change. In lifetime, our gender will be changed. In the future, sometimes I will be a female, okay. But in some discourses, it is mentioned, some kind of their activities, the gender will be changed like that, okay. So, if my gender is as a male person, if my gender will be changed according to my action in the future, even the female also can change their gender by their action. Okay? Can change. If anyone want aspiration, can change. So you know, not only in the future, okay, in this very life also, some person's gender change because of aspiration. Because of aspiration, normally gender can change. Okay, so I don't know how to say, that's called, the English word I can't remember how to say it, okay? Yeah, can change, huh? Transformation, okay? Gender transformation because of aspiration. The thinking is like that. There are some male thinking like a lady, thinking as a female. Okay, normally can change. The female also has changed there, okay, because of thinking. Their behavior is like ladies behave like male, gender can change.
You mean, Venerable Sir, you mean in modern days, people change their gender is acceptable in Theravada culture?
Theravada Buddhism, it is not acceptable. According to Theravada Buddhism, it is not acceptable. Yeah, even in, you know, some people, they argue the monogamy or polygamy also accepted in Buddhism, but no, Buddhism, Theravada Buddhism totally reject it.
So, Venerable Sir, earlier on you mentioned that in Gautama Buddha, in his previous lifetime, he was a female and he was somebody's wife. So she seeked the husband's permission,
yes,
and blessing to be a male.
Yeah.
In the next lifetime or that lifetime?
In the
next lifetime, you mean?
Yes, in the next life. Yeah, still, you know, in our Theravada tradition, in our belief, not in our Sri Lankan tradition, we believe there is one lady, one goddess named Pattini. Okay, she is named as Pattini goddess. Okay, still she is a female, but in the future she will be a Samma Sambuddha. Okay, now she is practicing. Okay. She is practicing in the future to become a male person. We believe in the future she will be a fully exalted one as a male person. But now still she is a female. In Buddhism there are many things. Okay, so it is mentioned but you know, in the Kosala Sanyukta, Buddha has mentioned even the ladies or female are also superior than the male. Okay, superior than the male. So, so it is mentioned. How do you say? In the Kosala Sanyutta. Yeah, can you remember the stanza? Yes. Yeah. In the Kundalakesi Katavattu also there is one stanza. Ittidi Pandita Tatta Vichakkana. Okay, so I can't remember this stanza, but it is mentioned. Okay, not always. Okay, tatta vichakkana, they also can use their wisdom in any place. Then they are higher than male. Okay, not always. But in the Buddhism, Theravada Buddhism, there is no gender discrimination. No gender discrimination. But according to Theravada Buddhism, so we have, if there is any phenomena, we can't change, unchangeable things, so we have to undergo, we have to accept those things. So it is not mentioned the male are superior than the female or female are superior than the male, like that. That is why, so Buddha has mentioned, so they also can achieve the Nibbana, same thing, no different, but to be a Buddha is a precondition to be a male person. The Mahayana tradition, they says, okay, they can. No. After that is why, if we want to understand real Buddhism, we should know Theravada tradition and Theravada Buddhism and Mahayana both. Okay, because these two branches derived from our Gautama Samma Sambuddha, his teaching. Okay, two traditions followed one teacher's doctrine. Therefore, if we want to study the real Buddhism, not only Theravada, then Mahayana also have to study. Okay. Yeah. According to Theravada tradition, all the Bodhisattvas will be born in India. Okay. Time by time, the name will be changed. This time it is Jambudipa. Okay, and the city also changed. The same city, same place, but time by time the name will be changed. Okay, so now we are living in KL, Malaysia. Okay, this area earlier was another different name. Now it is called Malaysia, earlier another name. Location is same. That is also one phenomena. Yeah, so according to Theravada tradition, it is a phenomena. Okay, can't change. Our tradition is that. According to tradition, right? So you know, all the Buddhas, all the great persons have to fulfill 10 perfection. There is a precondition. No one can change. If I think, no, I will become a Buddha by completing 9, no, can't. It is a precon. Okay, so all the Buddhas, at the end of his life span, so he will be enter into Nibbana with the illness of Lohita Pakkandika. All the Buddhas, the Lohita Pakkandika, every Buddhas have to undergo Lohita Pakkandika. That is a phenomena. Dhammata. No one can change. All the Buddhas in the last birth, mother will die after 7 days. That is a precondition. It is a precondition. Mother should die after 7 days. It is a precondition. Right? So that, like that, there are phenomena in the world. So really I can't remember where's the place, but in the text we can find. Okay. In the Khuddaka Nikaya, there are texts, we can find information.
After the Buddha attained enlightenment, actually he was enjoying the bliss of the enlightenment.
Sorry?
He was enjoying the bliss, happiness.
Yes.
So, I don't know, I think he don't want to teach the Dhamma because it's too complex to an ordinary person. I think the Devas come and urge him to teach the Dhamma. Is it true?
Actually, at the very beginning it is mentioned he was little bit, okay, because he thought it is too difficult, okay. How long he practiced, right? How long he practiced to understand the real truth of the world. He saw actually there are many people, they can't understand the reality of the world. It is too difficult like that. But it is mentioned in the commentaries, actually it is not like that. So the Buddha was, his aspiration was, if anyone to invite him first, okay, then he delivered Dhamma. That is why one deity came to him and he invited, "Oh, Venerable Sir, you deliver Dhamma like that." Okay, so, but actually there was not lazy in his mind, but he understood this is too difficult to understand for everyone. That is why it is mentioned, Panya Vanta Sayam Dhammo Nayam Dhammo Duppanjan. So only the wise people can understand this one like that. Okay, not the lazy mind, but it is mentioned, it is better if one invite him to deliver Dhamma to others like that. Okay, whether invite or not, definitely he deliver because he practiced the long years to become a fully exalted one. Therefore, definitely he will deliver. But you know, he practiced earlier I mentioned, he practiced these 10 perfections uncalculable for years and 100,000 years. Okay, immediately he was born as a Prince Siddhartha, he declared, "This is my last birth. This is my last." Okay, but before renounce the world, we say that he had to see old person, he has to see the ill person, he has to see the dead body, and he had to see a ascetic one or the bhikkhu. Then he understood, oh, this life is useless. Okay, this life is useless. Therefore, I should renounce the world like that. Okay. Whether he saw these 4 things or not, definitely he will renounce. But there are close reasons, okay, to make his eyes open. There are close reasons. He practiced already 10 perfections. There is no mention he should practice 6 years, another 6 years. No mention he should practice 6 years like that. We say he practiced osteo practices 6 years, but it is not true. He practices osteo practices, he practices many things, and he gave up everything. He understood only this is the way. He practiced middle path only one day. Okay. He practiced middle path. He went to under the Bodh tree, and he practiced what is called Anapanasati, meditation. Okay. In the first phase, in the middle phase, and the last phase, he understood everything. Right? Finally, he practiced that one. Finally, he practiced breathing meditation, Anapanasati. But whether he practiced other things or not, definitely he will become a Buddha. But there are close conditions, close reasons. Okay, so we say he practiced this one. To explain how it is too difficult, how it is rare. So it is mentioned, Dullabhancha manussattam buddhuppahadocha dullabho dullabha kana sampatti. To be a human being is very rare. It is a very rare thing. To be in a Samma Sambuddha is very rare. Okay. Then to have a great moment as a human being also very rare thing. So all these things shows how it is too difficult to become a Buddha like that. Everything shows. But similar reasons is there. Okay. That is what it is mentioned. Those are the close and immediate reasons to understand everything. If there is no question, so okay, finish. We can finish this session. Okay, again we transfer the merits to our departed ones, our dear ones and near ones, and we transfer this merits to deities. And so we wish all them have the happy life and long life and the wealthy life. So we all together, we wish to achieve the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. ආකාසට්ඨා ච බුම්මට්ඨා දේවා නාග මහිද්దికා පුඤ්ඤන්තං අනුමෝදිත්වා චිරං රක්ඛන්තු ලෝක සාසනං චිරං රක්ඛන්තු ධම්ම දේශනං චිරං රක්ඛන්තු ත්වං සදා